Well, hello friends, and welcome to another video. This is one of two birthday looms that I'll be receiving this year. This is called the Boom Loom, and it is a new product that I had not seen before. It appears to be combining the nice parts of having a teeny tiny little hand loom or tapestry loom, while also doing that like rotatey bar that you can get. We did that in that one. I'm making the anxiety centipede on it. Surely you remember that. People who never met me before, you'll have to go back into my history to figure that out. But this is my gift from my friend Q, who got us Petaluma, who's over there. These are my Brooklyn haberdashery goods to use. I love that this is so authentically packed. Love newspaper packaging. All right, here is our Boom Loom. What I thought was so great about this is that it is made to be sturdy. There's a very cool logo. It's made to be sturdy and withstand some actual tensioning. So I was thinking that it'd be really fun to take all the extra fibers that I have, including all the ones that won't fit in the centipede, and I could use them in tiny weavings like this, and then I could make those into tiny wall hangings with all the sticks. Then I realized that the ground is covered in snow where I normally hunt for sticks, so stick hunting has been put on hold temporarily. Alright, here's our guide to getting started. Start at the bottom for winding the warps. Wonderful, we love a picture guide. Alright, start at the bottom, wind the warp thread around the keeper slot to secure it. Bring the thread up next to the bottom tooth. Yep, getting all that. Not to your yarn in your needle. Not going to worry about that. We'll handle that. That's good for beginners. We don't need to do that. Turn the knobs until they stop to create the shed. Fantastic. Leave a little hill at the bottom. Oh, yes. That's when you are pulling your yarn across. Then turn the knob back down to create the next shed. Pass the needle. We can do that. Making shapes. So it tells you how to do a little bit of tapestrying. Very cool. When one shape meets another, they can overlap at the edge or meet it. Wonderful. Very helpful. If you have a design in mind, tape it to the loom under your strings. Very good advice. Don't be afraid to push the yarn around. Also true. You can really get aggressive with that. Wonderful. And then it teaches you how to tie them off. Fantastic. And make a mini tapestry to hang on your wall. Wonderful. Leave the ends of your warp long enough. So it's just telling you to weave it right onto the dowel. Well, that's an idea. You certainly could do that if you wanted to. You would have to pull it very tightly. And yeah, you absolutely could do that. Well, those are two very informative pieces of paper. And I don't disagree with anything that they've said so far, so that's rare enough as it is. All right, and here's our loom. I love that it's metal. I love sturdy stuff. Not a bad word, stuff. All right, so they've given us some cotton warp twine. We have gotten some fluffy wool roving, which we can definitely make work with some of these. Wonderful. And we have, here's our Boom Loom. Yeah, this is totally doing the, it's acting as a heddle. I just love that it can actually tension because it's real, it's like real sturdy. I want to say it's aluminum. And then we have a little tiny beading comb. Very cute. That will kind of be dependent on the, well, yeah, they've got their teeth matching in warp width. All right, credit where credit's due. I mean, it wasn't a cheap kit, but it's cheap compared to like a big loom. And if you can just carry this around with you. They've even included a dowel. Wonderful, for us to hang it on. I'll be shoving a stick in there, to be perfectly honest. We have our tiny needle, and it is actually made out of hardwood. It's not a laminate, which is great because the laminate ones burst apart. If I can find the one that I burst apart by like dropping it, you would think that a piece of wood would survive dropping it on the floor, but it didn't. And we have some end weaving in stuff. And all right, well, I guess I will just musically speed us through the warping, and we will give the Boom Loom a try. I'm very much here for it. I think it's a great idea. They make a mini one that's even smaller than this. It's about this big. This is the medium, believe it or not. but I thought it would make really cute wall hangings. And I'm trying to, 1, waste not, want not, 2, make things that could potentially be sold, and 3, do something that doesn't hurt my hands. And this, so far, this has not hurt my hands. So this is the direction we're currently going. Anyway, I will warp this sped up, and then perhaps we'll use some of our fun broken haberdashery stuff. It'll be fun. Oh gosh, I should go find all those weird specialty threads that I have in my own stuff. And we'll use all those up, and then we'll clear a whole drawer out. Ooh, I love using up stuff. Okay, well, stash busting, here we go. here it is, our first little experiment with the Boom Loom. I love it. It was really delightful. I have never tried to do any tapestry kind of weaving where you go like out and back and mix and match on the row. So I think it came out pretty good. I just added some embellishments where I ended up with some warps that were showing more than I would like. And if I wanted to, I still have plenty of room to scooch this up, focus buddy, up the warps a little and fit a tassel or a dangly bit if I wanted to. You could also just warp in something that's a little prettier. But I want to show you what I think is the genius part of the Boom Loom that I think makes it worth the hype and the slightly added cost. And so let me go grab the other loom to show you. So this is my other little frame loom, which goes up and down thusly. But here's what makes this brilliant. The little teeth are a little bit, you know, sketchy as you warp it. However, this being unable to move side to side and it not instantly popping off if you over rotate it because it stays in perfect alignment. Like if I continue to turn this in any direction, you can go back and watch me testing this. I did do a test of this. It's somewhere in my list of videos back there. But if I keep turning this, they will all pop off. And I don't know if that's just because like I have them in there wrong, but I don't see how I could do it better. But this one, when you're rotating it, you can see how deeply they've cut that. That's like a very proprietary shape that they have made there, but it is deeper in the right directions, so you get more of an open shed. At best, this gives me a shed basically as thick as that needle. Whereas this one, I could fit a much fluffier thing through it. This, I would have to be like holding them down as I pulled it through if I used something this poofy in it. But because they've locked this in and it can't be lifted or jogged side to side more than a millimeter or two, brilliant. That is what keeps it perfectly lined up, so you can kind of, it's much more forgiving on an over rotation, and it's cut. In my opinion, I mean, I'm looking at it and it looks very similar, but for whatever reason, the way they have cut this is better. I don't know if it's the slight extra depth on this tooth. You can see that this is a little more shallow. I'm not sure which part of it is making such a significant difference. It might be the depth of that. Yeah, that might be part of the depth issue. Anyway, it makes a much better shed than this. You got a lot more room and didn't feel like you were going to pop it off of the warps at any second. Also having this actual little frame, freaking delightful. Even if you're a person who's just using something like this to like organize like friendship bracelets, like just the frame of this so that you can hold tension on it. Iconic. Iconic. This is sturdy and I love it. It's aluminum like my Dutch ovens, and that makes me like it even more. Anyway, excellent birthday present, and because I typically give the person who gave me the loom the first item that I make with a said loom, my friend will now get this weird little weaving. And my husband already got the mug rug that I made with this. This is just the anxiety centipede, where I save all the yarn that I dyed, because otherwise my bone ghosts will get mad. Anyway, I highly recommend the Boom Loom. Not sponsored at all. It was a gift, but I highly recommend it. I think most people would love it, and I think it will be much less frustrating than doing it on a piece of cardboard, to be perfectly honest with you. If you are looking for something to make tiny pieces of artwork, or like rugs for a dollhouse, perhaps, this would be great. Highly recommend. Make little quilts. Make anything on it. It's very cute. They even have a bunch of, not recipes, it's a pattern. They have patterns online for you to like assemble a bunch of these little like loomed like pieces into a weird, crazy hat. They have all kinds of stuff. But I know that I will enjoy using up all of the fibers that my husband got me from Brooklyn Haberdashery and the loom from my friend Q. So happy birthday to me, and I hope everyone else is having a lovely month. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!